I want to thank you for your time and your service. And we're here on the Army base tonight. We show them the barbecue. We get a barbecue, the whole base over here. And I was able to speak with a special gentleman right over here in the service. And he wants to speak to everybody here and tell us a little bit what happened. Because on the Saturday of October 7th, he was there firsthand. And there are several individuals here. They're here. I happened to actually grab him because he also speaks English. Okay.
So, first of all, I want to thank everybody who took part in this barbecue. It means a lot to all of us.
Thank you.
My name is Matan. I'm National Training Center's head safety officer. I was here on Saturday. When I arrived, there were multiple homicide scenes. There were a lot of bodies. You know, people were cut up to limbs. I saw a woman's torso, and a couple of 100 meters later, I saw her bottom half.
Okay.
Well, a lot of mayhem.
She was split in half.
She was split in half. Some of the bodies were blown up.
Do you know where it was? Do you remember where it was?
Yeah, it was next to the Reim, the kibbutz.
Okay.
And there's a road connecting from the kibbutz to the base. You saw a lot of burnt cars. It looked like a video game. It almost wasn't real. I couldn't believe it at first. So after we were in Reim, we went to the party, to the party site where they
Nova.
the Nova party. Yeah. Okay. And we saw 237 bodies. We rescued whoever we could, and each body had a bullet in its head. Like they didn't even want to leave a trace. And so it was it became very surreal, very surreal at the moment. And then, you know,
how many other soldiers were there with you when you went?
We had teams of it was divided by cars, so teams of 5. Myself and the deputy of the base, we were a 2-man team, and we drove from the base. We drove through Seidel to Reim kibbutz, and we tried to call whoever we could, so we get backup.
And when you went to the place where the party was, the Nova place, where the rave was, do you see any of the terrorists were there? Or they all left already?
No, there were a few who were still battling. While I arrived, I myself
battling. Who were they battling?
They were battling the infantry. Some of the infantry. Okay. So I myself didn't battle any terrorists. I didn't get the chance. But while we were there were multiple roads who we need to bypass because there were gunfire. There was
too much. Okay.
It was closed because of a battle. There was a battle scene, so we couldn't pass through. So we had to drive through the fields.
Okay.
And once we got through the fields, I saw 2 terrorists on a motorcycle driving towards me, and we got out of the vehicle, got cover, and we were about to engage.
Right.
And they drove through the field into the kibbutz. And so we called the commander in the kibbutz, who got the territory of the kibbutz, and
you warned them.
We warned them about that.
And what else did you see on that day? Anything else you want to add?
Women, children burned. You know, there were even animals. You know, everything that was in their way, everything was destroyed. Vehicles. There were a lot of ammunition, a lot of RPGs, AKs. It was machetes. You know, it was something you see only in a video game, I think.
Wow. Were you able to? You saw live Israelis being saved. I mean, there are people there were hiding. I assume they were hiding.
Yeah.
And you were able to.
A group of maybe 30 teenagers.
Right.
We brought them here. We fed them. We gave them water, and you know, little by little, we had the arrangement to take them back to where they live.
Right.
We have an officer here who was at the rave. She survived. She was evicted and came back to serve the next day. Her name is Danielle.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then after that day of Saturday, then what did you do after that? What was your job after that Saturday?
From Saturday to Tuesday evening, all we did was, rescue, or not rescue maybe, but cover bodies. Find another individual, maybe another burnt body, and try to identify them together with the Zaka folk.
Right.
We sent trucks, 3 trucks full of bodies to Shura, where they did the burial and identifying in Shura, and mostly clear paths and roads from burnt vehicles. And there were tanks all over, so we had to, fix the tanks so we could prepare to engage again.
I want to ask you maybe a difficult question, maybe a tricky question. You saw what happened, right? And you were also there when it happened. And it's kind of, I wouldn't say unbelievable, that as we get further away from that day of October 7th, people don't believe it, or they want to deny it, or they want to say that it didn't happen, or that you're exaggerating. What do you think about that, or how do you, what can we do about that, if you have an idea?
I think, first of all, I want to say to everybody who thinks that we're exaggerating, I can't put into words how difficult of a sight it is to see the smells, the things we saw. It's not something you can put into words. So maybe that's some of the, we need to let the world know and feel what happened here. People should come and see for themselves. And there's videos, going around,
right?
Just showing maybe a tenth maybe of what really happened and how it really felt like there. So, first of all, for me, I'm very frustrated from that, because it's my 7th year in the army, and we live it on a daily basis, especially here in the south. Every couple of months there's rockets, and you sort of get used to it. And when something this big happens, and the world just lets it, or maybe not most of the world, but a big portion of the world lets it fly by them or deny it, it's unbelievable to see. So if you ask me what we can do about it, it's mostly raise awareness, show people the videos, the photos. Even if it's hard to see, you need to see it to believe it and feel it, really feel it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.